of the MCBs are there. Later on, after 2-3 slides, we will discuss the same. Let's understand what is the working of the MCB. Now there are the two types of the arrangements are there during the operation of the MCB. The first one, we want to protect the circuit with the help of thermal effect due to the overcurrent. Similarly, electromagnetic effects are there. So thermal effects are there, electromagnetic effects are there. So we have to overcome that one, and that's where instead of the fuse, MCBs are going to have the upper hand. They have the advantage of the same. So the thermal protection, as we know, the bimetallic strips are there. With the help of that strips, we are able to achieve that the thermal protection. And what happened during the short circuit condition? Sudden rise of the current is there, and that changed the electromechanical displacement of the plunger. So in construction, we are able to see that plunger is there. It will strike onto tripping coil and it will give the signal to the MCB, and MCB's contacts are going to be come into the off positions, and that's why where it is going to be the open circuit condition is going to achieve in the same. The plunger strikes the trip lever, causing the immediate release of the latch mechanism. Consequently, what happened? It results into the open of the contacts of MCB, and in that manner, what our circuit is going to have the protection. Construction of the MCB. This is the simple. The switch is there, on off constructions or on off switch is there. Sorry. Arc chamber, where the contacts are going to be have in open condition, the arc is going to be there, and this is the solenoid mechanism, and the electromagnetic protection is going to be there. So this we can say some spring type, or we call technically that is the plunger type of the thing is there, where the plunger is going to strike it will release the latch mechanism. Normally when the circuit is closed, it is going to be into the on condition, but as soon as this plunger will strike, it will come back into the off positions. Over here the lower terminals are there, upper terminals are there, means incoming line and the outgoing lines. Again, this all mechanisms is going to connected into the series. So current is never going to flow into the open circuit. So that's why this all equipments are going to connected into the series. As soon as plunger strike, this switch is come into the downward side, circuit will become the open condition. The next side, next view is for the MCB construction. MCB actually is there. So single phase is there, one pole we can say, 3-pole circuit is there. So one incoming line, outgoing line, 3-phase RYB. So in that way we can see this MCB is connected into the actual circuitry for the protection purpose. As we said, the advantages now we have gone through the fuse circuit. So we have looked at the fuse also, and now with the MCB also. So we can compare now. What will be the fuse is going to be do, or what has the upper hand into the case of the MCB as well as the fuse. I can say that technically right now the MCB is much more favorable, but every coin has the two sides. So MCB also have some advantages and disadvantages. Let's go for that one. What are the advantages? Now MCB automatically switch off the electrical circuit or apparatus which we want to protect during the abnormal condition, whether it is the overload condition, faulty conditions. A fuse does not sense, but MCB can sense. Now with the help of fuse, we can achieve the protection only when it is going to, that wire is going to melt. But MCB can sense before going to be any melting or that process. MCB plunger can strike, it will go into the off positions, and where the MCB is going to be the more reliable compared to the fuse. As the switch operating knob comes at its off position during the tripping, the faulty zone of the electrical circuit can be easily identified by looking that only the circuit. We can say right now this MCB is tripped, so might be this zone is going to be have a fault. But in the case of fuse, what we have to do, we have to check each and every fuse. We have to take out the that particular case of the fuse out, and we have to check whether the fuse is going to burn out. If it is okay, let's insert it back. If it is not proper, means if the wire is going to melt, let's rewire it. So in that way the convenience is there. MCB is much more sensitive to overcurrent than the fuse. The MCB can sense the fault very much quickly, easily, give the better protection compared to the fuse. And as it is coming into the case and everything, handling of the MCB is much more safe compared to the fuse. So higher versions are going to come, and that's why the safety purpose is more, as we are all doing for the equipment and the human safety. So handling of the MCB is much more electrical safe compared to the fuse. Major advantage of the MCB is that quick restoration of the supply cannot be possible in the case of fuse. Now with the fuse we cannot make it quick restoration. We have to take out the fuse, we have to check it, we have to rewire it, we have to replace it, and then the supply is going to be restored. But in the case of MCB we have to just switch on that particular faulty zone, and we have to look whether fault is clear, and if it is okay, it will be turn on that particular circuit or that particular zone. So quick restoration is the biggest advantage of the MCB. Time is going to save. Only the one big disadvantage of the MCB over the fuse is that it is obviously the more costlier compared to the fuse. Operating or for the understanding purpose we required some of the known person, but fuse can be wired by the any person. Obviously if the gauge, again what we have discussed, if it is more, the fuse is never going to burn out, but it may happen that circuitry is going to burn out. So MCB is costly, but at the same time the advantages and the precision, handling capacity, sense capacity is much more there in MCB compared to the fuse. Next one, we have talked about the circuitry, the protection of the same, but we haven't talked about the what happened if the fault is there with respect to earth. So to detect the same, component or the protective device is used that is known as the earth leakage circuit breaker, ELCB. Now ELCB is again directly connected with the current leaking to the earth, means whatever the earth wire is there, in that particular this device is going to connect. Why we required it? So sometimes or many times what happened that installation we did, but the soil condition we don't know. So it is important to know the soil condition, which we have discussed into the previous session during the grounding also. So grounding condition we don't know. If grounding condition is not proper, what happened? Earthing is never going to be proper. So such installation where the earthing is not going to proper, it is the dangerous one, means it can cause the problems. Now there are the two types of the problems or that dangerous can be there, and that is what happened, the current is not enough to operate the fuse or MCB. Now that small amount of the current is going through the earth, but it may happen that current is not enough to operate our protective device what we have discussed previously up to this one, that is fuse and MCB. So in that case the earthing or ELCB is going to very much important. The second cause is there, if high impedance is going to be there. Now if circuit has the high impedance, what happened, that safe value of the body earthing is not going to achieve with respect to the device, and in that case our fault is going to be there. The human working at that equipment or the circuitry is going to have a problem. So in that case, when current is not going to detect or going to be there properly to the earth, or the magnitude of the current or intensity is not there, and at the same time if the impedance of the earth cannot be keep the voltage to the exposed position, in that case the ELCB is going to be very much important. Now there are two types of the ELCBs as we discussed. One is with respect to the current is going to be there, one is with respect to the body is going to be there. So one is into with respect to the series, one is with respect to the shunt one. So that shunt one means the voltage is going to play the role, and that ELCB is known as the voltage ELCB, means voltage earth leakage circuit breaker. The second one is the current earth leakage circuit breaker. Now an ELCB is connected in the path, current carrying one, to the earthing rod. The current flowing to the earth passes through its sense coil. A current as low as 30 milliampere is sufficient to operate the ELCB. So this 30 milliampere what we have talked about, it may happen such current is not going to sense by the fuse or MCB or not enough to operate them. But yes, that is the leakage current, that is the fault current, can cause the harm at the outside. So we don't want to take the chance. So that's why the ELCB can be play the major role in that particular case. How to identify the ELCB? Now wire which is going to inside the ELCB, one that is going to be the thin because it is the earth wire system is there, so one way to detect the same is there, and one is the, it may be the red wire, green wire, or green and yellow wire earth combination is going to be there, which is going to enter into the device. We'll go with the current ELCB. We can go or we can see that test switch is there or test circuitry is there over here. When we push that test switch, what happened? Abnormal condition is going to be there into the circuitry, and this abnormal condition will lead to the surge coil, which is the going to be connected with the trip coil. It will sense that the overcurrent is there and condition is not proper. This contacts, which actually we can say the plungers are there, they are going to be into the come into the downward, or overall we can say they will come into the closed condition, and when they will going to close condition, the trip signal is going to given to the ELCB, and that is tripping is going to be done, circuit is going to be at the open condition. And see over here the wire which is entering into the ELCB. So these are the some checks. The wire color can be changed with respect to the wiring man or electrician one, but this is the standard strategy of the same. We talk about this fuse, MCBs, ELCBs, but actually the relays is the one of the major component which will play the vital role for detecting all these things, because relay is actually the sensing device. Until we sense that fault and the signal is going to pass to all these devices, they will become the almost like a useless one. So for the efficient use of the same, the relay is going to provide it, and relay they are going to sense, yes, some abnormal conditions are there. Let's give the tripping signals at the higher side or at the precision one to all these equipments, so they can operate properly, they can work properly into this case. Let's go with the relay. A relay is a device that sense the abnormal condition. Again I will define the abnormal condition. Let's continuously repeating that one, so we'll keep into the mind which conditions are going to be the abnormal conditions. So they are the over voltage, over current, short circuit. So as to open or close a circuit automatically under certain condition. This is very much important because it can open as well as close. So it may happen sometime that relay sense the fault, but for the few span of the time, few microseconds of the time, the fault is going to clear, so it can certainly open as soon as it can close that one also. So circuit may trip and may not trip, but relay is what important thing is that it is going to sense, yes, some abnormal condition is there, for the some time it is there, it will be fault is clear, it's fine. If it is not there, the tripping signal will pass to the protective device in that particular case. It has a one or more electromagnetic circuits, moving elements and the contacts. So magnetic circuits are there. When current is going to pass or the energy flow from that circuit, moving elements will move, and that contacts are there, which is important. We'll go with that diagram. That contacts are going to touch or come into the contacts with the tripping circuit, where the trippings are going to be done. The relay operates during the overcurrent condition, under voltage condition, when operating force on the coil exceeds the restraining force. Now two type of the force are there, operating one and the restraining one. Means one is going to stop that one if it is the normal condition, but when it exceeds upon the some limit, what happened? The operating force is going to be the much more higher than the restraining one, and our contacts are going to be close. Yes, but when normal conditions are there, what happened? These restraining springs are there or the forces are there, they will get back the contacts into the normal condition. So there are the major difference between the operating force and the restraining force. If operating force will become greater than the restraining force, it means that indicates there is going to be the fault condition. The trip coil is going to be give the tripping signal with the help of sensing of the relay in that case. A spring is provided for which is used for the restraining force. Types of the relays. Now there are two types of the major division of the relay at this stage with respect to this subject, that are the attracted armature relay, and the second one is the induction disc type relay. attracted armature. So armature is going to attract, simple in that case, when energy is flowing, going to flow, and the induction disc. So disc is going to be that disc is going to rotate when the energy is going to flow from that disc right now at this stage, and that is the major classification of the or the types of the relays are there. Before going to be the any kind of the relay, let's understand how the relay is going to work. At the upper side, one circuit is going to shown. Now this circuit has one battery or some energy equipment is there, one spring is there which is there for the restraining purpose, one bulb is there. So circuit is whether closed or open, that will shows by the bulb. If bulb is into the off condition, not glowing, it means that circuit is right now into the open condition. At the bottom side we have a battery, one switch is there, over here one coil is going to be there. Now this is the coil for the relay is going to be there. When abnormal condition is there, it means that when switch is going to be on, with respect to this figure, what happens, this coil is going to energize, because right now for the animation purpose one battery is going to connected. As soon as circuit is closed, the energy is going to flow into this one. So one magnetism is going to be there, and that is going to attract this blue line. This blue line is right now, that is equal to the plunger right now, and it is going to be the close. When it is closed, the circuit upper side, that is also going to be closed, and bulb is now glowing. That indicates now relay is operating. In actual case, the things are going to reverse. In normal condition, this bulb or the circuit is into the on condition. When relay trip, that particular trip signals are there, what happen, they come into the open condition. So there are two types of the contacts will deal, NC, NO, normally open and normally closed. So this is just animation which shows that how the relay is going to work. The type of the relays are different, but that fundamental working principle is always going to remain the same. There is no change into that one. Let's go with the first one, and that is the attracted armature type relay. Now there are two types of that relay. One is the hinge type relay and one is the balanced beam type attracted armature relay. As the name indicates, in the both the cases the armature is going to have a attraction when there is a flow of the abnormal condition, or due to that the flow of the energy or the current. Now the current in the relay coil creates an operating force. Whenever the current is going to flow into the coil of relay, it is going to create the operating force. Now that force is proportional to the square of the energy, which is current flowing into the circuitry. Same time the spring is provided for the restraining force. The diagram shows the hinge type